Let's connect this Spektrum DSMX satellite remote receiver to this AR636 receiver. We're going to do that in this video. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe guys. Happy flying. The Spektrum Satellite DSMX receiver. We're going to connect it to an AR636 receiver. So a little quick backstory. If you're like most, you were flying bind and flies that came with the 636 receiver, and then you were probably programming the 636 receiver for custom planes, or you were picking up a plane that didn't have a receiver, but you had a 636, so you were going to the Spektrum file share and getting the preset model files, and then you were using the Spektrum updater or the Spektrum programmer at your home computer. Here on the Spektrum updater, the PC Spektrum programmer, and here at the Google Drive Spektrum file share, right here is all the 636 preset model files. We'll open that up and look at them real quick. All the bind and fly models are right here, and this is where we can put the preset model file directly into the 636 receiver. All of these, and quite a few to choose from. And uploading the the model files that way, or you're using the app with a smartphone, and you were either just about to start doing that, or you had it mastered. I was on the in between, and then came the smart receivers. However, the very beginning of all those 636 program, the updater, the programmer, the app, all that was made for the 636 that did not come in a bind and fly. After the 636s were out for quite a while that came into bind and flies, then they allowed us to update the firmware inside the 636, and that would unlock it where we could program it custom or get the model preset files from other planes and put in there. This is the 636 that you buy directly like this, and has never come in a plane. And this one has two plugs on each side of it, and one is a 3-pin plug and one is a 4-pin plug. One, from what I'm hearing, can take this satellite receiver, so we're going to connect that here shortly. And the other one, I really don't know what goes there. So I emailed Spektrum, and they said the other side is for the TM1000, which this is the telemetry module. But that doesn't make sense to me, because the way you connect the TM1000 is on your receiver in the bind program data port. You plug in a servo lead there, and then out comes a plug to go into one of these plugs on the TM1000. But the way the email read was to use the other side of this 636 and go directly to the TM1000. So we're going to do all that. I've got a plane that we're going to get out. We're going to mount the 636, and then we're going to connect the satellite receiver and see how that looks on my TV with the IX12, so you guys can see everything just as if you were holding your transmitter. I'll tell you what, let's unbox this guy real quick, and I'll show you these plugs on the side of it. This is new old stock that I picked up not too long ago. This one actually comes with the Bluetooth module and the USB program cable. I'll show those to you real quick. So here is the Spektrum USB program cable, and that's the audio cable for I think Apple iPhones. And then also in here is the Bluetooth module, which I have used for Android. So, back to the receiver with the plugs on the side of it. So we've got a 4-pin plug on the left-hand side of it, and then on the right, there's a 3-pin.
3, and then the 4. And the 3-pin will be for the satellite receiver. And according to Spektrum, they said to hook it up to the TM1000. So the other side of the 636 we won't be using is a 4-pin. Here's a 4-pin telemetry cable. And I guess it wants us to plug it directly into XBus. We'll see. We're going to try it all.
Now the 4-pin plug, I'm guessing that's the one they're saying that should go directly to the TM1000. A quick side note here. This 636 that I bought, I thought it came with the Bluetooth module. It doesn't. It comes with the USB program cable. And then this is the audio cable that you use for some of the older iPhones. And then it was plugged into this guy. And this is the adapter plug for the DXS transmitters as well, because there's 3 pins here, and in the back of the DXS you plug in the 3 pins, and then you could adapt it to, you know, your USB or what have you. However, when this came out, the DXS wasn't around yet.
Okie dokie, guys and gals. I've got my IX12 pulled up on the TV so we can all see, and then we have my test airplane here. We have our AR636. We have the 3-pin data cable lead hanging out with nothing attached to it. And then we have a 4-pin telemetry data cable on the other side, nothing attached to it. First, we will bind it up to the 12. Oh, you guys okay? First, we'll bind it up to the 12 and look at the signal strength, the telemetry screen without the satellite receiver. And then we will do the whole process again with the satellite receiver. So, let me go down here to bind. And I've got a bind cable. For those of you that haven't seen my test plane before, the little blue flag represents the motor. I have different color-coded control surfaces, so when we're talking, you know, we can say, hey, look at the blue rudder. You know, we can do all kinds of stuff with this. Now I have it set up as a 6-channel. I've got a servo to represent the flaps and one to represent the gear, so we can do all kinds of cool things. But right now, let's get our bind plug in here. And I got it connected to just a little battery. So we're going to power the plane. We'll pull the bind plug out because we want to have our safe select. And I'll hit bind. And it's binding. Alright, so we got control. Let me get out to the main screen and we'll look at the well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll run a telemetry auto config just so everything is on the up and up. Alright, and then we'll go down to flat logs. So that's going to be our signal strength for our receiver. Just making sure it's on display, so it'll show it. Let's go to the main screen and see what we can see. Showing 100%, and that my battery is jumping between 4.9 and 5 volts. But as you can see on the left hand side of the TV, the A, B, L, and R. A has a letter or a number next to it showing that the A, B, L, and R are antennas. How many receivers? Okay, we only have one receiver connected, which is the 636. So it's only showing one signal, the 100%. So now we are going to rebind it again with the satellite connected to it. So turning off the plane, here's our fake China remote receiver here. And you can tell that it's a fake because of the screw head. On the back it has Phillips screws. True Spektrum receivers have Allen head screws. Okay, the remote receiver is now connected. We'll lay it up here on the wing. And my bind plug is right here. That was also right there too. Alright. Powering on the plane. Pulling out the bind plug. Hitting bind. Alrighty. And we'll do the same thing with the auto config for the telemetry. Get that noisy servo to quiet down. Alright, let's go out to the main screen. And I'm not seeing a second receiver. No, the A, B, L, and R. It's only showing one there. Interesting. Let's rebind it one more time for good measure. I mean, the satellite receiver is lit up. Now this is just going by what Spektrum said. So, off with the plane. Maybe in with the bind plug. Yep, there we go, in with the bind plug. Let me get the transmitter on bind. Alrighty. We won't pull the bind plug out this time. Alright, plane's on. Holding bind. Telemetry auto config is already going, so we don't need to do that again. Taking longer this time. Failed. We're going to try it again. My battery was a little low. That might be it. Let's get another battery just for good measures. New battery. All right. 636 is flashing, and the Satellite is flashing. Pressing bind. Alrighty. We'll go out to the main screen, and it's still only showing the one receiver. And it's lit up. Maybe it's a bad cable. Let me get another cable real quick. All right, I got a different cable. Like so. And like so. Alright, we're already bound, so I'm just going to turn it on. Well, let's get to a different screen on the transmitter real quick. Alright, powering on the airplane. Oh, the bind plug is still in. My bad. Even Sean makes mistakes. Alrighty. Alright, main screen. Only showing the one signal. Both receivers are lit up. Now this is a fake China receiver. I'm going to keep tinkering with this. And we'll do this again in another video here shortly. Alright there, guys and gals. Well, that's all the time I have for this one. So I'm going to keep plugging away on that receiver. Being that it's a fake China, maybe it's just no good, or maybe what Spektrum told me in the email is wrong. But I can't find any directions at all what those plugs on the side of that 636 are exactly for. Nowhere, anywhere. So I emailed Spektrum, and that's what they said. One side is for the Satellite, and the other side goes directly to the TM1000. So anyways, hey, it's fun. We're fiddling. It's winter time. I can't fly, so I can tinker with this stuff and share it with you. So alright, hey, that's all I got for you for this one. We'll do a follow-up here shortly. Hey, subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment. I tell you what, guys, hey, let me know some comments about what you guys are working on. What kind of planes you're flying. What kind of projects are you tinkering with? Have you guys ever messed with these 636s before? That'd be cool to know. And so subscribe if you haven't, and do this guy right here. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Give me a thumbs up, and until next time, you'll see me here. Alright, guys, hey, thank you. Yep, right there. Adios.